everyone, I am so glad to finally start this journey with you all and just kind of dig into some of the questions that the community has been asking me. And I am full of emotions. Um, I just want to say that if you guys ever see me crying on a video, I am giving you all raw footage of every emotion, of everything I went through and how I felt. On this video, I just wanted to kind of give you all a background of me and just kind of begin the journey with you all and tell you when I started noticing the signs and what I did to kind of suffice a few and just kind of what helped me get through dealing with PCOS. So I was very much recently diagnosed, but it went misdiagnosed for a very long time. And I just want to make sure that I go through all of those things with you all and just kind of share, and maybe me sharing my story can help someone else, who knows. So let's get started. Sorry about that. I have questions coming in again, and I'm so excited to just kind of tell you all and just kind of finally get it off of my chest to share with everyone and answer all the questions possible. I will be backtracking a lot in my story, so I'll try to keep the backtracking to a minimum. And I just kind of backtrack when I go into questions simply because to just kind of give everyone a picture and an idea of where I was mentally, where I was physically, and, you know, kind of try to answer questions going forward like that. And that way you still won't feel alone when it comes to answering questions, because even in the past when I would question things that were going on with the PCOS, I still had a lot of questions that were going unanswered, or I still felt very alone. And I was just like, well, dang, how did you feel when this happened to you? And it was like people weren't being honest with me. So I'm trying to be as honest and as open as possible about this journey. So I want to get started with just telling you guys a little bit about myself. Growing up, I was raised in a very spaced out home. We all did pretty much our own thing. I played soccer from about 3rd grade up until college. Let's see, what else did I do? I did tennis and softball in high school as well. But I was still very active because a part of my family is from the Delta of Mississippi. So I spent a lot of time doing outside activities such as hunting and fishing and kayaking and hiking and all of those sorts of things. So it at a very young age, that's nothing a child worry about. I didn't start noticing the change until I was in college. I noticed it, but I didn't, it wasn't nothing I paid attention to. So throughout high school, I went to Lanier High School here in Jackson, Mississippi. I graduated from Lanier. I went to Colin first because Colin was the school to offer me a soccer scholarship first. And then I transferred out of Colin because they did not have my major and they weren't willing to let me take the classes that I needed just freely. I had to be on a track. So I transferred out of Colin in fall of 2013. I transferred out of Colin fall of 2013 and then started at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College spring of 2014. And then I graduated from Mississippi Gulf Coast. Left Gulf Coast and was on track to go to Mississippi State, but that was not where my heart was. So I left Gulf Coast and went to the illustrious Alcorn State University of Norman, Mississippi. And I graduated from Alcorn with my BS in environmental science. So I spent a lot of time studying plants, soil, air, water, you name it, I studied it, because the environmental science track at Alcorn State University was one of the toughest ag tracks to be on. So I left Alcorn and did my studies. Pandemic hadn't hit by this point, so I was forced to do my studies online for software development. And I am currently a web developer, working on different projects and things of that nature. So now I work from home. We're still, battling against the whole COVID thing, and that's okay. Because we're still gonna go on this journey together. So I went and got my master's in that. And I told myself that since, I wanted to do ag technology mostly, but I still needed to study the other plants, I figured that I would take a certification for environmental toxicology. So I applied to Ole Miss. I did not get in the first time, and so I applied again. So fingers crossed, I have a really good feeling this time around. And now I was diagnosed, what year is this? Is 2020, what month is this? This is April 2022. I was diagnosed a year ago in March. So it's been a year and 2 months since I was diagnosed. But all of the diagnoses prior to PCOS were like infertility diagnosis, or it just irregular periods, or what else? It was one more. It was a wrong diagnosis also. So it was like I wasn't getting the proper care that I needed versus now, which is one of the reasons why my hair is a fro now. That is one of the biggest reasons why my hair is a fro now, because my body was going through so many changes, and they were trying to help, but they were helping wrong and giving me all the wrong diagnosis. So my body was going through all of these changes. My emotions was going through all of these changes, and I lost so much hair. I was stressed. The stress was the biggest, and I was more so just stressed about myself compared to like the things around me. And then I spent a lot of time just trying to figure out why my hair was falling out. So that was stressful as well. And we're going to get to that. And I will tell you where I was, how I was feeling, and what I decided to do. As you can see, I obviously decided to cut it off. But I will tell you how I got there, how I got to cutting it off. And so yeah. So this is going to be super fun, and I'm super excited to just kind of share, because like someone in the community told me, your story could save other people. And I really hope that the goal that we've set as a community to help heal each other is one of the goals a lot of us stick by, because I just felt lost and confused, and I remember just not feeling like myself for a very long time, and I could feel it physically that it was affecting me, and of course that messed with my mental, because I'm like insecure about myself, and I didn't know how to take that, and I didn't know how to explain it to people without feeling judged. And I've sought counseling, and for a very long time I just figured maybe I'm just tripping, as people would say, I'm tripping. But no, that was not the case. I was not going crazy. I was also, called names that I was shocked to hear that. I was like, you're nagging. I'm like, nagging? What does that even mean? How does that even look? So yeah, it was, I can honestly say that it was a journey worth telling now. Compared to the version of myself I was 2 years ago up till now, when I really just started focusing on that stuff. So from 2019 up until now is when I just really wanted to focus on what was going on with me, because I have started dating this guy that I really, really liked, and I was like, I need to become the best version of myself for him, because I felt like that he expected nothing less. And that pushed me to do things that normally I would ignore. And I would just be like, well, if I ignore it long enough, it'll go away. That was not the case with him. And I was like, I got to get it together. Let me focus. And then things happened, and I was like, I'm not going to stop focusing now, because now I can't stop focusing on what's going on with me. And so I'm excited to share my story and just kind of tell you guys just what was going on and things of that nature. So wish me luck, and I hope to see you guys on the other side.